Behold the fire energy.
Sex with an Aries, baby. We talking about that fire. We talking about that fire. Hello YouTube, it's Sydney Island here. That's Island with the Y, not an S. And as you can tell by the title, this video is Sex with an Aries. Yes, I'm very excited to do this video because I have a Mars in Aries. And your Mars sign rules your sex drive. Yeah, so sexually, I'm very Aries. So this relates to me. So let's just jump right into it. So the erogenous zone of Aries, which your erogenous zone is the part of the body that that gets you sexually aroused, is the face and the head for Aries, because Aries rules the head and the face. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so they rule the first part of the body. Aries men would love for you to hold their face in your hands, you know, especially when you're kissing them. Give them, like, look them deeply in their eyes and hold their face. As macho and as dominant as Aries men can sometimes come off, they can be babies sometimes, so they like that stuff. So also, kissing is a huge thing for Aries, okay? Aries love kissing, especially tongue kissing and wild kissing. And also, massage their scalps. This turns them on, okay? And pull their hair. Anything that involves the hair and the head and the face. Nibble their ears, okay? Like these are a little ear nibbling, all right? You know, that definitely would get an Aries like extremely aroused, because I have a Mars in Aries and that freaking turns me on so much, okay? Also, if you're in a relationship with an Aries, you know that Aries are prone to headaches. So massage their temples sometimes, you know? Give them a little massage right here in this area, because that'll be good for them. Not only will it help to ease their tension headaches that they often get, but it'll also turn them on. Also, kiss them on the forehead, kiss them on the cheek, kiss them on the eyelid. Anything of that nature can get an Aries really hot. So how to attract an Aries? Don't be shy, okay? Don't be shy and don't agree with everything that an Aries says. Be opinionated. Show your debatable side, because that really turns an Aries on. They love people who are their own individual, people who are independent minded. They don't want to be involved with anybody who is too clingy, you know. They want somebody who is their own person and lives their own life. That is extremely sexually arousing to an Aries, really. Bold personalities are really just arousing to an Aries. And, you know, talk about sports, okay? Like, a lot of Aries are sports fans because these people love stuff that is competitive. So especially Aries men, they love, you know, race car, like NASCAR, you know, go-karting, anything that's competitive. Aries are all about it, okay? Talk about sports. And if you don't know anything about sports, just simply ask Aries, because they're willing to talk about it, because Aries are always willing to talk about anything that interest them, okay? Because Aries are kind of me first oriented people sometimes, and they always want to talk about the things that they want to talk about. When it comes to sex, Aries requires a lot of it, okay? Aries have a very high sex drive and a very high libido. So during sex, they want to have sex a lot, okay? Like, I'm talking many times during the day, okay? Their sexual energy never runs out. They're very high energy people. So don't be too easy, okay? If you want to attract an Aries, don't be too easy. Let them chase you, you know, tease them, taunt them, make them work for you, because Aries are all about hard work, and they will really appreciate you more if they know that they had to work for you. Okay? They don't respect you if you don't respect yourself, because these people are very straightforward, frank, direct people, and if it's just simple as that. If you don't respect you, they won't respect you. When it comes to taking an Aries out on a date, take them somewhere competitive, you know, somewhere where y'all both can compete with each other. And when you do this, don't let them win, okay? Show that there's some fight in you, because that will really get an Aries like curious about you. Like, oh, you know, this person's not just letting me win, they're actually putting in some fight. Like, that's kind of hot. I like that. And when it comes to sex, Aries like sex to be fast and exciting. Aries people are attracted to bold people with bold personalities, sometimes even people that may intimidate them or scare them a little bit. So one thing that really gets an Aries hot, arguments, okay? Arguing, and sometimes physical fighting and wrestling. This applies to me because I have an Aries Mars, and I think that it would be a huge turn on to wrestle with a guy before sex. I feel like that's a huge turn on, okay? To just get feisty and just get, get in touch with your animalistic side, because Aries is a very primal animalistic sign. So when it comes to sex, they're very straightforward and they're very much animalistic and they just want to get in there. So wrestling and fighting like a wild animal is extremely sexually arousing to an Aries. So fight with them, throw a few punches, they like all that kind of stuff. So, they won't shy away from it because Aries are very, dominant, strong people. So if you suggest, hey, you want to fight, you want to wrestle before sex, like Aries would be like, heck yeah. They're not going to shy away from that because they're very strong people. They're a very dominant sign. They're a fire sign and they're a masculine sign as well. So these people are not afraid to be dominant during sex and dominant in the relationship. But this doesn't mean that Aries won't submit, because sometimes Aries may want to switch roles and be submissive because they're so used to being so dominant and take charge in their everyday life that when it comes to sex, they may want to be able to finally just sit back and let somebody else take charge for once, okay? But not too much, though. Not too much, because Aries still has that fire in them where they want to kind of rule and be on top and kind of overpower. When it comes to sex positions, Aries is very experimentative, very experimental. They want to try new things all the time. These are the type of people that will have books on different sex positions because they're very, very curious about sex. Sex is very important to an Aries, and they're always, researching about sex and wanting to know as much as they can about sex. But even more than that, they want to experience as much as they can sexually. So they're going to try all types of sexual positions. They don't want to miss out on anything when it comes to sex. Aries has a very high stamina. Like I said before, or did I say that before? I don't know. They have very high stamina, very high libido. They will want to have sex a lot, and they will have sex for a very long time. Aries are the conquerors of the zodiac. So sex is like a workout to an Aries. It's like it's exercise. They like it steamy, sweaty, sexy, just dirty. Don't get it wrong. Aries can be very affectionate people, and they do crave affection and love and attention and admiration. They really do crave this a lot. I forgot to mention that I'm wearing all red for Aries. I wanted to mention in the beginning of the video, but I forgot. I'm wearing all red. Red hat, red hoodie, red lipstick, all Aries. Red is the color for Aries. So another way to attract an Aries is wear a lot of red, especially Aries men. I knew this one Aries guy who he had this story about this girl that he met at a club, and he was so captivated by her. And guess what she was wearing? She was wearing a red dress. He was like, ooh, the sexy girl in a red dress, And, Aries men, they won't forget you if you're wearing something like that, like a tight red dress or red lipstick. Aries are very argumentative people naturally. And sometimes in relationships, they'll argue a lot with you because it's hot for them. It's like a way to get them aroused, okay? So they want to try to poke at you and try to provoke you and see some heat in you, because once they see it, they're like, like they want to see that there's something in you that is kind of like them, okay? They want to know that you got a little bit of fire in you. Sex with an Aries is exciting. It's wild. It's animalistic. Yeah, you'll definitely have fun with an Aries. Trust me. It'll be a very exciting time. I love Aries, and I love the Aries energy, mostly because I have an Aries Mars. I find Aries people to just be cool people, just down to earth, fun, easy to talk to, and very driven. I love how driven Aries are when it comes to their career, okay? And so, yeah, that's all I have for you all today. This was Sex with an Aries. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye-bye.